Order at 4 o'clock. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion to adopt it.
Have a second? Motion made, second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, move on down to a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll go to public comment. Citizens may address the council on items on the agenda or not on the agenda out of respect for the council and others in attendance. Please limit your comment to 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record. Do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing none. We'll move to old business. Resolution 1004. A resolution establishing water and sewer rates effective April 1st, 2021, and providing for periodic increase thereafter. Any discussion on the old business? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to new business. Let's start with you,
Mr. Mayor,
Sheila.
Point of order, did you guys want to approve that resolution, or are you guys tabling it? Because that is kind of the, why it's there as far as the.
Thought there was another one in there on that one.
That's under the old
All right,
business
then,
section.
no, we're gonna go back and. That's right, so do I hear a motion to approve resolution 1004?
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 1004 as written.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and second, those in favor?
Aye.
That's the 1.5%, right?
That is correct. And it also readopts the CPI increase that will start happening properly. That'll still take a resolution, but the town will obviously provide it to council before January, getting the, and then probably the last meeting in January when we have those CPI results, then at the count, and again, you don't have to. The council has the ability to say, you know what, maybe this year we don't feel like doing it or anything along those lines, but you guys will have that option, as what you did last time.
All right, let's move to new business, Sheila?
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day Parade,
Yes, and I provided you all packets with the intention letter, permits, and the map of the parade.
You can take your mask off while you
And I
talk.
won't talk more. Thank you.
I have a question, what time does this parade start?
It would start at 11, so the lineup would start between 9 and 10,
Okay,
and it's in the paperwork
where's your
too.
lineup gonna be?
If you wanna turn to the map. Is that the, I don't know if you're looking at the right, is there another, I think there's another map in there.
This one?
There was one more that had like your own on it, that Maria put in there.
Come on up. No,
There's a purple parade route.
There's the staging area,
Yeah, it's the same
the
as
same
it
as
has
usual,
every
over
year.
from the parking lot all the way back here, like
Yeah.
up to
And
the
it,
pole.
Okay.
and it goes,
all right, I'm gonna look through, the chamber is about right here, I believe. I would go back up this way. For staging,
I believe so.
and then you go down and around and come
And I
back,
can confirm that with you too.
okay. The same as it was last
Yes.
few times they've had it.
Exactly.
Okay,
the same.
the area that you want closed off from 9 AM to 2 PM would be East Street,
Yes.
Okay, because the highway, you're not gonna be able to close that off at 9 AM.
Right. And we did get the information from ODOT's in here too,
Okay,
and from the sheriff, so yeah.
right, I read, yeah, from the sheriff. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve it.
have a second? Motion made and seconded, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, if you look in there, in your, I gotta find mine, it's off by East Street. Mike always writes us a letter every year. Couldn't hold it last year because of COVID, they're hoping to hold it this year, providing we stay in the lower bracket. And this has always been a good thing for the town as well. We've always supported it. So do I have a motion to approve Mike Deacon's request for Occupy East Street?
I'll make a motion that we approve Mike Houston's request for Occupy East Street. I'll second it.
Motion made and second, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Tina is retiring on the 20th of February, Michelle.
So, Tina from the fire department and 911 will be leaving for Ava on the 28th. And she likes to take her family down to Reno and gamble. So the town has purchased her a weekend stay at a resort down there. Came to $400 for a retirement gift. And I have a letter and I'll have it after the meeting for each of you to sign so we can give it to her.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle, for putting this all together.
You're welcome.
Okay, next you have in front of you the town council work session calendar for 2021.
So the town council and work session and budget calendar all together.
Kinda confused us.
It's also in here too.
That works out good.
So when's our first budget meeting?
Well, we have office appointments, budget office appointments on Monday the 1st. So that will be our first meeting.
At what time?
Pardon?
At what time?
Like we always do it, I think we'll have to have it at 5, so people who are at work can make it, maybe 5:30.
Yeah.
And this year I asked Dawn if she would recruit seniors from the high school who are interested in finance or student government. And we got a person who is gonna be here from high school. He's great.
So did you say 5:30?
No, I
Five?
think 5.
Let's say 5.
Okay,
If for some reason that doesn't work, we can always move it.
Yeah.
Do we know who's on that committee yet? Do we have it filled, completely filled?
well, Charlie's still on there. I don't know who else.
Are we looking for people then?
I'm waiting for a couple callbacks, and then if they say yes, then I'm full.
Okay, awesome.
The only thing I can say is I'm gonna have a hard time making meetings after April 1st from April to November. Because of,
April through till when?
November. Or October, actually.
Will you be able to call in?
Sometimes it will be, but if I'm paving or chipping, I won't be able to.
What time will you be getting off? You guys work
Till
till
Thursday.
So I
But I'm
put
off on Friday, so
I put some work sessions in here. If you guys wanna move the work sessions to a Friday so you can make it,
I would, I
let's do
wouldn't have a
that.
problem with Fridays.
That actually works better for me.
This is the time to do it. So if you want March 16th work session to be moved or stay,
March isn't a problem, it's just starting
Yeah,
April
yeah.
1st, we go to 14s, which actually ends up being 12s or 14s.
okay, so do you wanna move the 13th to the 16th,
That would work.
okay?
Um,
April? starting at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm off on Fridays.
Does that work for everybody else? Shannon,
Yeah, that should be fine.
Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll do it at 4 o'clock that day. And council, knowing that Scott's gonna be doing 10-hour days, do you wanna make the council sessions later?
On Fridays.
Well, or have them on Fridays, up to you guys.
If we are gonna do that, we need to, if you guys are interested in doing that, we need to change the, council rules to reflect, because they are currently in an ordinance,
I
so.
would prefer not to make them Fridays, because eventually comes summer, spring, sports going on, that's probably gonna
Yeah, that's gonna be.
make it hard for a lot of people, I think.
I can just do my best to call in.
Can we wing it a little bit for the next couple months and just move a few of them at a time and see how that works out?
It's up to you guys, sure, we'll do whatever you'd like.
I don't have a problem moving the regular sessions later at all. I know we tried it in the past, I mean,
Yeah, if we move those later, like right now, our first, we got some paving in June and July set up. Let's just kind of see how it goes.
Okay,
do you wanna move April's to like 6 or?
Yeah, if we could move them till late, at least move them later, and I'll try to make as many as I can, or at least call them.
You guys,
So you
April
want,
6th?
So with the adoption of this calendar, would you guys like me to draft the resolution ordinance that we need to reflect that you guys are temporarily modifying that then, for next council meeting then?
the last time we did it, yeah. What do you think, Shannon?
till what time?
Fine. If we do like 6 o'clock, it'll be fine.
Okay,
And you're gonna have somebody on there, so,
Is this for both council meetings that are twice a month?
Just in April?
April? I
Let's
just
do,
started-
let's do April through October.
You wanna move all of them again? That's about 6 months of movement.
Because right now, I mean, if we just work straight 10, then I'll be off work by 4:30, 5
And you have
o'clock.
time.
And I have time to get in here from you're out by Lakeview Town. Huh?
So are we changing May to 6 too?
We're changing from April
April to
to October.
Okay.
From April to October, to 6 o'clock. If you guys are all okay with it.
Yeah.
We tried it before and less people showed up.
you can't say we didn't try it.
That's right.
That actually works really well, because in the winter months, we move back to the earlier dates and people aren't on the roads when it's out.
Yeah, so I'll go to 5/10s, November 1st, from November to April 1st.
so you wanna move the May work session to Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the council meetings to 6 or 6:30, whatever works.
Okay,
Do we need to move that one up though, because that's also the same day we're supposed to approve this budget?
Okay.
Oh, it's just approved budget, never mind.
so I didn't put any more work sessions down after May because I wanted to talk to you, to everybody, and to get Scott's schedule, so June to the end of the year, I didn't schedule any more work sessions. Because I wasn't sure if a Friday was gonna work, or if we wanna do
We can
Wednesday
just do them
night.
as needed.
Hmm?
We can just do them as needed, work sessions.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you guys are authorized, what you could look at each month is your first meeting of the month, you could say, okay, we're going to schedule a work session on this date.
Yeah,
or not, and you can just make that almost like a permanent agenda item for your first meeting of the month, and then you guys, that's plenty of lead time for public notice and all of that kind of stuff, so.
Okay.
If that works for council.
Okay, and what about the budget meetings?
Okay, so those are 5 o'clock on. I'm starting May on Wednesday stuff.
if we can push them to 6, it would be better. Because I'll either be able to call in or be here.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Michelle? budget meetings also are gonna push to 6.
Oh, okay.
And then also with the people that are gonna be on the budget committee, that gives them time to get off work, get home, have some dinner, and get over here by 6.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so with that, moving town council meetings to 6 p.m. and work sessions from Tuesday to Friday at 4 p.m. I make a motion to approve the,
Got budget meetings.
and moving the budget meetings to 6 p.m. I make a motion to approve the 2021 calendar, budget calendar and town council work session, council calendar. Kind of three things in there.
I'll second it.
Motion's made in second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
You're buying dinner.
I guess so. I knew there was gonna be a reaction.
I was gonna wait.
yeah,
So the first meeting, the budget appointment, is at 6 instead of 5 in March.
That one we can still do 5
Yeah, we can still do
because
5,
he
yeah.
is not on his later schedule
Yeah,
yet.
it's April 1st is when it's gonna, April to, I think, the end of October. And I'll be here unless it snows real hard, and I'll be out there around the crazy.
okay, move on down. Alright, let's move on down to resolution 1005 in the matter of removing and adding signatures to the US Federal Bank.
This is a cleanup that Dawn noticed, there was, the prior town manager was still on one of US Bank's accounts, so we are
Yeah.
doing this is just some housekeeping, we do this for the accounts all the time, when new council members come on and off, and new employees come on and off, so we need to update to get Michelle on the,
Who are we removing and adding?
we're removing Roberta Vanderwall, and you're adding Michelle as the town manager.
Okay,
Actually, the reason.
Well, actually, we need to add Shannon and Jay also on the check signings
To Washington,
That's fine.
for Washington Federal,
Okay.
so.
I'll make
This is for US Bank. We have an account in there that has 53,000 and some change in there, and they're charging us every month to keep our money.
that's lovely.
So the intention of this is to get me on as an authorized account person, so I can withdraw the money and put it into our LGIP pool, because we get better interest.
Okay, awesome, thank you for
I'll make-
discovering that.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 1005 as written.
I'll second that.
Motion made in second, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And now let's move on to resolution 1006.
I'll take one.
Proclaiming and declaring annexation.
So Jeff.
Yeah.
The other Jeff.
Yes.
These are all, what we're annexing is, for this North End Water Project.
It's North End Water Project and the ponds and the property that we sold to Red Rock for the
The sewer.
settling pond.
Okay, and everybody that, we're annexing is in agreement.
That's correct, it's 100% consents. The only elector in it is also a landowner, Eugene Champagne, and he is also by consenting, he's consented both directions, so it is fully, this is 100%, that's why no public hearing or anything like that is required, because 100% of the parties In 2 weeks, you guys will be dealing with removal of this territory from the fire district, which requires an ordinance and also requires a longer amount of time for doing this. So in the future, when we have full consents like we're doing here, you guys are gonna be getting them in 2 phases, so that way it speeds up the process for getting this approved by the state mapping unit for the Department of Revenue and Secretary of State, because resolutions are effective upon transmittal versus our charter, which makes ordinances effective 30 days after passage. So
Okay.
it'll be a simpler process when we have full consents. There are other processes that still require public hearings. Let's say you're only doing 50% of landowners or other annexations where not everybody agrees, but that's a different process.
Okay. Something we may have to deal with in the future, but at this point, we don't have to
Correct.
deal with,
Correct.
because everybody's doing grants.
That's correct.
Okay. Anybody else have input? I'll make a motion that we pass resolution 1006 is written.
I second.
Can I suggest that you amend that to you're reading it by, you're doing it by title only? This is a little more
Okay.
a formal one, so
I'll make a resolution to pass, make a
motion,
motion to pass resolution 1006 by title,
read it by title only.
read by title.
Okay, motion made and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So then it needs to be read by title only and then you make the motion to pass it.
Okay. So resolution proclaiming and declaring the annexation of certain territories in the town of Lakeview pursuant to the provisions of ORS 222.125. And make resolution pass.
And then you need to make a motion to approve the resolution as presented.
So you second it again?
Second.
Motion?
Motion made, seconded. Those in
All in
favor?
favor, aye. Okay, now we're done.
Sorry, folks.
And Papa Smurf is on one
Let's do it 10 times, really fast.
Okay. Now the last one.
Before you go any further with that one, Mayor, I would like to table that. There is some questions and a few things that need to be resolved in that resolution before we go any further with it.
I also
agree.
agree.
So I make a motion to table resolution 1007 until next council meeting,
Which would be March 9th.
which will be March 9th.
I second that.
Motion made and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything for council?
We're going to acknowledge the letter.
The grocery store letter.
Letter.
Regarding the grocery store.
Towards the front of it.
How did occupy East Street?
No, there was a letter,
Aye.
packet related to, I think it was a recent, and it came in related to somebody's opposition to
Okay.
purchase of Thornton's building. So you might want to just treat it as public comment.
Oh, that was Occupy East Street stuff, I didn't see that.
Because you guys can get written public comment as well, so you might want to just read it in the record and then you guys can acknowledge it or not acknowledge it as far as the, so my suggestion is, you might want to just say you reopen public comment just to address this letter. It's not something that was on the agenda, so.
I'm not gonna find the letter.
We can have one.
Somewhere in there,
Oh, yeah, I did see this one. Okay,
I'm sorry, I did not see that in there, it was in the packet with the Occupy East Street,
okay,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I apologize for that.
Well, and it wouldn't really fit under an item to add to.
No, like I said, I think you guys can treat it as, I think you guys can just acknowledge you received the letter and it's public comment.
And I would like us to somehow respond at least somehow.
But you guys are not obligated to respond at this
Yes.
meeting, so.
Understand.
okay.
So you
Anybody else have anything else?
have to reopen public comment, and would it be a read or?
I would just acknowledge that you received the letter of this date and it's in the record as part of the council packet, I think. I don't think you need to read the whole thing, it's clearly available to anybody that wants to read it.
Reopen public comments.
Reopen public comment and just acknowledge that you received this letter, it's a piece of correspondence, and you're going to accept that as public comment.
Okay, we'll reopen public comments then. Do we have any public comments on this letter?
So, Mr. Mayor, just to make it formal, I think you would want to state that the council has received a letter addressed to the council from the person who was and the date, and that you guys are receiving it as a public comment at that point. That way you've got a clear record of what happened.
I don't know that this was meant to be put in there, to be honest with you. I didn't know it was in the packet for.
They labeled,
This letter, it seems to me like this letter came a long time ago.
That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah,
It's-
this letter's been addressed before.
oh, it has.
I believe it has.
I think
Familiar to me,
what he
so.
did was resubmit this with his occupied East Street stuff, because if you look at his occupied East Street stuff, this is dated from last year and he changed the dates.
That letter was in that letter.
So it is part of that pocket.
Yeah, it is.
So
That's
I
where I
just,
found it at too. was-
I would just-
Okay, then I guess it's considered part of the packet just as an informational item then.
I would
That's
just
all
like to know that we've followed up with this person, somehow acknowledging that.
But it's probably not a bad idea just to acknowledge this public comment at this point, because it really is on a different subject. So I would just acknowledge
Yeah,
and receive a
sure,
letter
I'll
at this
try to.
date, or whatever.
Can we at least follow up with this person? I have no idea, I've never even heard of it, so,
it was in our packets last year.
which we didn't really go
Well, it
through.
was in the last week, oh, maybe I got that from
Yeah.
Decent,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
I agree, and I agree, we don't need a further possible.
No, you don't need to address it or anything, it's
I'll
just,
follow up with Mike tomorrow.
Thank you,
Okay, thanks.
author.
Okay. Council, anybody have anything else? Okay. Hearing none, we'll adjourn the meeting at 4:26.